Let's be real, when you get one of those sexy mirrored finish bottom keyboards, be honest, you know you'll never see it again unless you have it up on the shelf with its back turned to you. Well, Bitmap Studios has a solution for you so you can have your cake and eat it too. The Iskar. Now, they were nice enough to send me over one of their prototypes to check out before the official keyboard group buy happens on January 25th, and that's going all the way to February the 8th. Now, the price point is a little bit on the pricey side at $500, so I want to see if this keyboard had $5 worth of features, like an easy and enjoyable build process, the machinery's gotta be good, the looks gotta be good, and most importantly, that sound. Now, seeing as this is a prototype, I do want to show off this keyboard before the official retail version comes out to give you guys an idea whether you should buy it or not. I'm going to drop all the stats of the group buy right now so you guys can see before we begin. It's available in a bunch of different colors, a few different plate options, different mirrored finish rims, and this will give you a lot of flexibility when it comes to matching different keycap sets to it. So one thing that I stress at the end of 2021 is that now with all the options that we have for keyboards, experience matters more than ever, from the start of the build to the end when you finally get to use your glorious keyboard. That being said, I really like the build process of this keyboard. You'll get two boxes. One includes the top mirrored rim for the top of the keyboard. The other box has everything you'd normally see in a keyboard kit: the top frame, the bottom frame, and the bottom weight that connects to the mirrored bottom, the screws, the gasket mounts, and keyboard feet. You'll get the PCB, which comes in a hot swap or solderable version. One trend that I've been seeing lately is these flex cutouts that's similar to the Mod 65 that will provide even more flexibility and comfort when bottoming out during your typing with this keyboard. More on that later. I decided to go with the polycarbonate plate, as always, for that soft and thocky typing experience. There's some posts on the top and bottom of the case for the gaskets. Along the sides there are none, so you get a lot of flex there. The bottom weight screws into the bottom of the case using two screws on the bottom side. What Bitmap did was really smart, as they actually made the feet go over where the screws are so it looks more seamless on the bottom. I lubed up some Durox stabs, placed a few switches in here before connecting the plate to the PCB and setting it onto the gaskets. One thing that I really like about this build is how little screws you need to actually build it. Nothing I hate more than opening up a keyboard only to find 100 different screws in 20 different bags. We've all been there. It sucks. When you remove the mirrored bottom, there's 4 screws along the top and 4 along the bottom. These screws go all the way from the bottom of the case up and through to secure the mirrored top frame on the top, which I really like. So you'll only need 10 screws in total for this entire build. Nice. Some keyboards will have you screw in that mirrored top to the top frame and then screw the bottom to the bottom frame and then screw everything together, and it's just so many screws that is just not necessary. Overall, I was really happy with the build process. Like I said, it felt like something a $500 keyboard would offer. So that checks out. Obviously, the mirrored top and bottom is adding to the cost. I do wish this keyboard was a little lower in price. I think $400 puts it in more people's price range. Now, the switches that I went with were the H1 switches. These were lubed with Krytox 205 grade 0 lube. These were provided by Loobed Switches. If you guys don't know about them, they are a lubing service. I've been using them a lot lately because who has time to lube thousands of switches anymore? Why not just have somebody else suffer for you? So this is where they come in. This isn't an ad. I just really love their service, and they do a really good job at lubing your switches. I'll drop a link down to them below. You can send in their switches, or they have some in stock that are already lubed that they can ship out to you. Anyways, the H1s are a heavy JWK switch. These 100% need to be filmed to get rid of that stem wobble because they are just straight trash otherwise, but if done correctly, these are a top tier switch. Now, the H1s fit the bill because they match that whole black, classy, clean look that I'm going for here with this keyboard, and most importantly, they are linear and they pair nicely with this polycarbonate plate. Now, the keycaps that I went to match with this classy black vibe were the white on black GMK keycap sets. Once I put together this keyboard, I took a step back and I was like, wow, this keyboard is a real stunner, super classy looking. I left you waiting long enough. Let's drop that sound test. So one thing that I noticed is near the left and right side where there's no gaskets, there's a ton of flex compared to the rest of the keyboard, and the sound difference is pretty predominant. The second and fourth rows have a ton of flex due to the flex cutouts on the PCB. Oddly enough, the third didn't feel as flexy as those two. Is that a new word? I don't know. 2022, new year, new word, all right? On the second sound test, I cut up some PE foam from the box and placed it inside to help with the hollowness. Still, it's slightly there. I couldn't get rid of it. Keep in mind that the retail foam will differ from the one you get here. You'll get 3 pieces of foam: plate foam, case, and PCB foam in that one. They are aware of the hollowness issue, and I have faith that they will rectify this issue by the time the retail version comes out, because the Alpine 65 was just so amazing, and I feel like they really know what they're doing here. They're already aware. Some companies just like to turn a blind eye once they get a prototype, like, yeah, okay, we'll fix it by the time of retail. No, I actually feel like Bitmap Studios will actually come through on the sound. I prefer the sound on their Alpine 65, their original keyboard, to this one. That's another reason why I'm being so harsh on the sound here. That keyboard was just such a good keyboard for the price and the amazing sound that it produced. The 7-degree typing angle feels great to type on. The edges of the keyboard, although they are very clean, have a nice, comfortable, soft edge that makes you want to keep typing on this keyboard. I like that it allows you to enjoy a mirror finish on the top without making the border around the keyboard super bulky. It is a fingerprint magnet, so make sure you have a cloth handy once you're done typing or gaming or whatever you're doing on it. Overall, it's got that uniqueness on tap, and I can see other keyboard creators copying this design later on. So keeping in mind that this is a prototype and Bitmap already is aware of the issues that this keyboard is facing in regard to the hollowness and case reverb, I have faith, like I said, that they will get this up to par with that Alpine 65 because they've done it before. And just like the release of that keyboard, they'll have people kicking themselves that they missed out on it and they didn't pick one up. Now it just comes down to, do you like the look? Paired with the right keycap set, this is one clean, unique looking board. When the light hits it, it just hits different than an aluminum top case. There's times when I just glance down at it and I'm just so blown away by how clean this keyboard looks. There's just times when I'm watching something or gaming, I look down and I see the reflection from my monitor on it and it just looks sexy. All right guys, so there you have it. That's the Iskar. It's running from the 25th of January to February 8th. I'll be dropping another reminder on Twitter, so make sure you're following me there. It has been your boy BT. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.